The Ethiopian government on Monday recommitted to peace talks over Tigray but did not address African Union appeals for a ceasefire, vowing instead to carry out defensive measures, including seizing airports and other federal facilities in the region. AU Commission Chair Musa Faki Mahamat is calling for an immediate and unconditional ceasefire as combat intensifies in the war in Tigray. Meanwhile, the International Rescue Committee says one of its workers was killed Friday in an attack in Tigray. The aid group says the worker was delivering life-saving humanitarian aid to women and children at the time of the explosion in the town of Shire. For more insight on the situation in Ethiopia, I'm joined by VOA Horn of Africa digital reporter Abraham Zere. Hello, Abraham.
Thank you, Esther, for having me.
You've been following this story, back home, and what is the latest?
Right now, as we speak, Guterres made a statement regarding the conflict in Ethiopia. He says 13 million people have been affected due to the conflict in the war. The war resumed after relative peace for 4 months, resumed in August 24. Since then, TPLF and the federal government and Eritrean government, which is also part of the conflict, have been accusing each other for inciting the conflict. Right now, millions of people have been suffering from because they couldn't reach them with humanitarian aid. The conflict is still going on.
So we hear the Ethiopian government expressing the desire for peace talks to end this conflict. We also hear the Tigrayan People's Liberation Front saying they're willing to talk. But also we see the airstrikes in Tigray. What are you hearing from political analysts about this double standard from the Ethiopian government committing to peace and still bombing parts of Tigray?
It's very conflicting. Like right now, for example, yesterday, Musa Faki said all parts should cessate hostilities and come back for negotiation. Tigray region accepted the offer. Ethiopian government said we are ready to do the peace talks, but again they are saying we also are about to take the Tigray's airports to facilitate humanitarian aspects, humanitarian aid. So it's conflicting, and each party is saying something in public and they're doing something else in private. So it's difficult to also gauge their commitment for peace.
Yeah, but do we even know if the proposed peace talks will still take place in South Africa? Do we even have a timeline for that yet?
Right now, we don't have any timeline. Before, it was scheduled for October 9th, and it fell last minute because it was not able to, they weren't ready for with facilities, with logistics, so they kind of canceled it. And it showed many parts were not even involved. The Tigray says we were not informed ahead of time, so we didn't know about it, but they accepted it anyway. So it's very difficult even to say if it will take place soon even.
Generally speaking, what has this war done to your native country of Ethiopia?
In fact, I'm from Eritrea, which also affects both the countries. Right now, Eritrea is also involved in the war. It's kind of dashed hopes of the region. It's killing thousands of people, either through direct conflict or through hunger or lack of access to medication, especially in Tigray, Amhara, and Afar regions, and particularly also Eritrea. So it's kind of affecting the region, the countries, and Africa at bigger.
Right. Thank you so much, Abraham.
Thank you for having me.